Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Ace and Crush Winter 19 release webinar. My name is An Huynh. I'm the product manager here at Prolifiq. And today I'm going to go over some key highlights for this release. I won't be going over everything, but I'll be listing out our success site at the end of this webinar with and from there you'll see the full list of enhancements, features, and bug fixes. Just to let everyone know, we're recording this session for many people that requested a recording of it. So we're going to have everyone on mute. You're welcome to ask questions as we go along. I think at the bottom of your WebEx, there's a little bubble thing that you can enter that in as a chat question, and then we'll go over those at the end of the webinar and answer any questions that anyone might have. So let's start rolling here. So for agenda, the agenda for this session here is we're going to cover the ACE Winter 19 features. Then we're going to do a demo on that. And then we're going to cover the Crush Winter 19 features. And then we're going to do a quick demo on that. And then we'll have some time for Q&A at the end. So let's get rolling into the Winter ACE 19 release. So for ACE, so ACE is a digital content management tool. It's native on Salesforce. It's an extremely powerful tool that helps you organize your content, provides the right content for you to be more engaging with your customers, and it also provides real-time analytics. Some of the items, key highlights for this release is there's a new home tab that we've presented that contains featured content, favorite content. There's also going to be content rating, and lastly, we'll talk about the playlist updates. So there's actually quite a lot of cool stuff that I will be covering for ACE. So, but this is pretty much like a quick highlight of it. And so let's get into the demo, and I'll show you everything that's listed here. So ACE, previously, when you go into ACE, you'll be landed on the ACE content view. This tab pretty much is the previous home for your users, where it presents you all your content. So our goal is basically to make sure that our users can get really quick access to all the content, find what's important to them, and help them organize everything really well. As you can see, you can quickly search for anything you want with the search bar. It searches the content. It searches within the documents. It searches all your tags, your document types, and any filters you might have. So it's really quick to get access to any content you want. Mostly, on this right side here, you'll see with the click of a button, you can get to your documents or your images or, any tags. You might have tags to your content. But with this enhancement, we're going to really, embrace that quick action, embrace the ability to get to your content quicker, and also to let, your content creators, your marketers, and all those people kind of present, what they want to promote, and also to give a sense of what, what's useful to your audience and how they can use the content more effectively. So in this release, we've added favorites, which is, pretty basic, but it's important for everybody to, mark the content that they use often and have that presented nicely on the home view. So I'll get to the home view in a minute, but basically, for favorite and content, all you do is just click on the star, and then that becomes your favorite, and those content will present it on the home page. The next thing is featured content, which is really cool. Featured content lets your marketers, content creators, or anyone with that permission to basically feature a piece of content. And so to do that, you basically just click on and edit one of these pieces of content. So let's say I want to feature I'll just pick something here like case management here. Oops. Edit. So there's a feature settings down here where if you want to feature this content, you just click on the feature content and hit save, and that piece of content gets featured. So we go to the home screen, the home tab, which is newly presented in this release. You'll see that case management implementation guide is now featured. Right, so I mean, the thing about our app is that we want people to get the most out of it with as little time as possible inside the app. We want people to use the app, but we also don't want people to be in the app, for a long period of time. Because we know our customers, they have short attention spans. They have little time when they go to, their meetings, and they really want to just get to the content, get to what they need, and present that, and off they go. So this is a really good way for users to be pretty much organized with exactly what they need. What is it that they need, which they can mark themselves as favorites, or what is it their companies or their managers or their content creators think is important for them to do their work, and they can basically just feature those content up here. What's cool about the featured content is that it's not only content that people need, but it also helps people who are creating these featured content do their work, because you don't have to go in that time frame and kind of promote that piece of content. Like if that Volcano presentation needs to be featured next week, October 25th to the 31st, something like that, they don't have to kind of go in that time frame, feature the content. They can literally just upload their content, hit edit, right, and say, okay, I'm going to feature this content on October 25th. And then it ends on October 31st, which is Halloween, and I can hit save. So at that time, I know that content is going to get featured at that time. So now, I can go ahead and just edit that content, upload new ones, collaborate on that content, get feedback on that content. I can do all that stuff I need to and not really worry about, when it's going to get featured. I know that those are my promotion dates. Those are dates that, I'm selling a particular product and so forth. So that's how you get a lot of use out of this featured content. It's a really cool feature. It's great for all your users, and it's also great for, people who are featuring content, content creators, marketers, and so forth. So that's the gist of the new homepage and the featured and favorite content. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is are some of the playlist updates. As you know, playlist is a great way to organize your content and to present, a list of content that you need to present. It's kind of like a Spotify in a way. So you have your playlist, and inside you have a list of content. Now, what we've added is that when you send this playlist, you're going to be getting a link that is presented with a player that takes you through the content. Previously, the playlist will send you a list of links to each of the content, but we've improved that dramatically. So here I'm going to send this playlist to John Doe. Hi, executive briefing. Hi, John. Here's the executive briefing. Thanks. I'll go ahead and send that. And so I should be getting that in my inbox. Oh, there it comes. So when I send the playlist to this particular contact, I'm presenting with a link, and when I click on that link, it goes to a player that plays through my presentation, right? It goes through my playlist. So you see the first slide, you see the second slide, you can kind of browse through it. What's cool about this release is that we're tracking everything, right? We're tracking that the user or the contact, looked at the playlist. They looked at slide 1. They stay in slide 1 for, 15 seconds. they browse to slide 2, they stay to slide 2 for 15, 20 seconds, whatever. So we get all the analytics, and that's really important in Salesforce, because what we do is we take all the analytics and we write back to the records. We write back to the contact records, to opportunities, to accounts, anything you want, because we're native on Salesforce, so we can do that. And that's the amazing thing. And what that opens up the door for is the ability to do so much more, because with Salesforce, you can do workflows, process builders, you can use Einstein, and you can do all that to basically build out, a recommendations engine, right? So the key here is getting all the analytics. With that analytics, you can figure out, which content is useful for our audience, which content is useful for our users, who's using it, which users is being successful, who's closing opportunities, who's closing accounts, right? And you will know all that because you have the data, and you can wire it up into all these analytics engines, and you can get recommendations, right? So the more you use this platform, the more you're going to get out of it, because what you'll get is, over time, you're going to see, which content is successful, which content is helping me close my deals, and so forth. It's just really great. So so all that data capturing is really important, and we've really built all that into the platform. So basically, that's ACE. That's up to today. We have actually a lot more, but that's just the big points of it I'm going to cover today. And towards the end of the day, we'll, there's release notes on the rest of it, including other enhancements and bug fixes and so forth. But that's ACE. Now we're going to talk about Crush. Get to that. I don't know why this slide thing. So Crush Winter 19 features. So here are the key highlights for Crush. We built something called a native component enhancements. So basically that gives you the ability to kind of put any account planning component into an account. We've enhanced the white space by, giving everyone a summary so they can see, the summarized vision of their white space. We've had the ability to add multiple items per cell, so it gives users a more detailed, fine-tuning of their white space. So we kind of do both, right? We give an overall view of the white space report, and then also fine-tuning of the white space. So kind of a little bit of both. We have full screen modes for most of our components now, so everything can be, open up so you can see more of your space. And then we've added the printer-friendly version, some enhancement to that, which I'll go over towards the end. So let's dive into the demo. Go ahead and go over to Crush. So in Crush, we have 3 account plans here. And, our users are, they can do a lot of things in Salesforce, right? They can go into an account plan list and they can work with their account plans. Or they can, if they like to just work with their accounts, they can just do that as well. We want to make it so that our customers or users are comfortable using account planning tool in the way that they're used to using. If they like using it in the new world where they go into account plans and they deal with that, that's great. But if they're used to just working with accounts, then that's also great. So we've made it really simple for our customers to config, our account plans to make it useful in accounts. So let's go into the accounts here. So we have 3 accounts, Xenon, ProCare, and Trifecta Clinic, and I'm going to go into Xenon. So this is a really typical account plan, right? This is out of the box. I didn't really make any adjustments to that. So it has related lists, it has details, it has some activities for the account. So I'm going to show this in Lightning, but you can also do this in Classic as well. So really quickly, if you edit the page and you scroll down to the left-hand side, there's your custom objects. If you click on account plan component, drag this here. There you go. So I drag the account plan component into my accounts page. And from that component, I can pick out, whatever I want to show. So let's say I want to see the stakeholder influence chart, right? Or I want to show the stakeholder hierarchy, right? So it immediately shows in my account plan. And it's not just the one component. I can add more components to that as well. So let's say I want to add another component in the related list, right? Extract that in here. And then let's say I want to see the task. So I add that, and I looked at and see the task, and it shows up there. If I hit save, I believe that will do it. So let's go back to the account plan Xenon. There you go. So now my users, if they're used to working inside their account, they don't have to go anywhere else. They just stay there and they can do everything they want. So inside the accounts, you can see that I've added the eXenon stakeholder hierarchy from the account plan, and I also added in the related list, I added the task in there. So now your users, if they're comfortable working in accounts, they can do so, and it's all right there. You can put any components you want from the account plan into any of the accounts. So, and you can mismatch as well, right? So some accounts you want the state hierarchy, some accounts you want the white space, some accounts you want, a visual, matrix, whatever. So really great for our customers, so that it's completely configurable. So this is the beauty of being native on Salesforce, right? We can totally integrate with any of your objects, and we'll continue to, evolve our application so that it's really tightly integrated, and you can do any of these things you want. So that's the account plan component enhancement that we built. Made it super simple for your admins to configure and super easy for your users to use. The next thing I want to talk about is the white space. So let's go back into our account plan. Just go back to Crush. Now I can even add the white space to the account and show you from there as well. I mean, it's just that easy to do. But I'll show from here. So here we have the Expand eXenon Division account plan. And I'm going to click on this white space. And my white space shows up as such. So the enhancement we added a couple things. One is we wanted an overview so that our users can see, when they quickly go into the white space, they can quickly glance at this account plan, and they can see, okay, we have a lot of upsides here, or we have a lot of competitors here. How can we mitigate some of the competitors? How can we take advantage of some of their upsides, right? So it's a quick glance. You don't have to, if you have a really big white space with a lot of data, you may not want to glance at that and kind of figure out what's going on, right? You're going to have a quick summary, and this is all configurable. You can configure the upside, the current span compared to be something else. You can change the colors. You can do all that, so it's all great. If you don't like the word white space, you want to change to something else, you can. So a lot of that is all configurable and all nice. In addition to that, we made it so that, it's great to have an overview, but we also made it so that you can fine-tune, some of these products, regions, right? If you're selling multiple things into a particular regions, if you want to add additional information into your, current span, or if you want to add a completely different item to it, you can. So it's really simple to do. So let's say, I have current spend here of $100,000 for electoral staff in the Northeast Division. And really, maybe I have two things I'm currently spending on that. So we can quickly click the plus button, and it'll add another one. So there, I just edit that and say, okay, I have another current spend. Awesome, second one, and that's 100,000. There you go. Hit save, and it shows up as such. So really easy configured. It gives you a lot of flexibility to the users to basically configure the white space any which way they want to. And that's what we want, right? We want you want the flexibility in creating this white space, and also a really good overview of what this means to our users, our customers. So in addition to that, we've also made it so that you can expand the review. We know we've had a lot of feedback on that. Some of our reviews are a little bit small, but as you know, this is Salesforce. You can completely configure anything you want. You can just remove this activity pane if you want to use the whole full width of the window, or we've added this button here where you can expand the whole thing and you can see everything in full screen mode. And we've also added that to the other components too, the hierarchy, the matrix, so they all kind of have this feature where you can expand too. So that's basically the white space enhancement that we've made. And last but not least is printer friendly. It's a great feature that a lot of our customers request. I mean, they love account planning, but they also, want to present the account plans to their boss, and they want to use that in PDFs, PowerPoints, so whatever they want to do. So an easy way to do that is just use the printer-friendly version. We had this feature previously, so you can print the whole account plan, or you can, save it as a PDF and use it somewhere else. But now, when you go to the printer-friendly version, you're presented with the same layouts before, really nice, easy to use printer-friendly version. But in this case, we also add the ability to basically configure how do you want to save or present your version, right? In this case, you can remove the components you don't want. So let's say I don't want this account plan detail. I really only want, maybe the matrix, and I'll remove the white space and white SWOT analysis. Let's say I just want maybe the task and stakeholder influence matrix and the plan review. So now I'm down with just 3 components. Really simple. If I want just one component, I just delete the other 2 and just print out that one, or save that to PDF to present it to my boss later, or to present this account plan, or even just to present maybe just the white space. If you want just the white space, and remove everything else, and then all you have is the white space to present. In addition to that, you can also organize it, your components. So you can easily, let's say I want to drag, the plan overview down to the middle section. I can just do that, and it plops into the middle, and I rearrange it. So it's really that simple to use. Yeah, and it's a great feature. A lot of people love it. So this is pretty much, I think this is the last piece. Yep, just look at my notes here. This is the last piece of the Crush demo. Like I said, this is only some of the key highlights. We have actually a lot more. There's a lot of other minor enhancements and so forth. I just want to quickly go over the main points of Crush, the main points of AIDS, and really just kind of open up to dialogue with you guys and have you guys ask any questions you want. So at this point, I'm going to stop the recording, and then we can, start fielding questions on any of the things that I've covered so far.